You know, prosperity is now going to spread in India. It is already spreading both in India and China. What the economists now debate is whether for the next few decades, whether India is going to grow at 7, 8, 9%. But all these numbers are very high growth. And also, population growth is beginning now to slow down. And so we are looking at a country that's going to turn middle class. So the great old economic problem which has beset both India and China and many third world countries is going to be really, in a few decades, a thing of the past. Poverty will not be wiped out, but it will come down to a more manageable numbers. The problem is that this prosperity is spreading in the midst of terrible governance. And when I talk about governance failure, I'm not just speaking about a politician who is caught with a bribe in his pocket. That happens everywhere, in all democracies. The problem I'm concerned with is how it affects the poor. The woman who works in my house goes to get a birth certificate and she's asked for a bribe. 1 out of 4 school teachers in a government primary school does not show up. And 1 out of 4 who shows up is not teaching. And this is at a point in time when teachers' salaries are now very high. By very high, I mean they are 22,000 rupees a month, which is, for a teacher in a village, that's 7 times per capita income of the country. In most of the world, a teacher's salary is between 1 and 2 times the per capita income in a country. So when failure takes place of governance, there are 2 dimensions. One is the institutional dimension, and the other is the moral dimension. The institutional dimension is that if a school teacher if you could punish a school teacher who did not show up, every day, the next day, all the school teachers would show up. You need to only punish one. But the moral dimension is, would those teachers, when they showed up, teach with inspiration that we are preparing the next generation, that teaching is my calling, what economists call intrinsic motivation? And so it was really the moral dimension, the corrosion of character, that I was interested in. I mean, that's what bothered me. Because I wrote this book, India Unbound, which was the first book that predicted the economic rise of India. And even I did not imagine it would happen so fast as it is happened, and that we would have almost 9% growth for 5 years. And what this story is telling you is that it is not enough it's not enough to have democracy. It's not enough to have liberty. We have all the liberties and we are very proud of them. And a proud democracy of more than 60 years. It's not enough to have prosperity. You also need something else.